personally for his team to succeed. And he's young, strong, only 26 years of age, and boy, he's one guy that plays with bumps, bruises, and yesterday was an optional practice. A lot of the guys did not skate, but Jason Moore, as you mentioned, logs a lot of ice time. He was out there yesterday.
Puck dumped in by Trent Yanni of the Flames, and that is whistled down. It was
maybe if you would have mentioned to Jason that you were going to Banff, Alberta, maybe he would have jumped on in the car with you guys and headed over there. So nothing else to do, so he practiced.
Actually, a number of the players were rather envious of our trip to the Canadian Rocky Mountains yesterday. On our day off, we visited Banff and Lake Louise and just had a splendid time at the hot springs. 106 degrees, and we baked.
That's a wonderful, wonderful place, Banff, Alberta.
It was just gorgeous up there yesterday in the mountains.
Jay Moore, by the way, is +2 in his hockey game so far.
Not bad. Sharks trying to go +2 in this series. As Jim Kite plays it up the wing for Craig Janney. Janney throwing it across, almost had Ozolinsh. Trent Yanni back there with a different defensive partner tonight, as James Patrick was with him last night, and Patrick is scratched tonight by Dave King. Kite getting back and playing it to Ozolinsh. Of those two, King said sometimes they were in a trance in game one. That's the kind of comment you want from your coach after a loss.
A lot of things were said after that loss about a number of people.
Patrick and Yanni were both -4 in that game. Yanni survived the cut. Patrick didn't. Here's Herbe playing it around. Titoff kicking it ahead. Rafchi trying to clear it. It's still loose in the Shark zone. Great play by Peterson, but still couldn't get it out. Titoff a drive. Herbe the save. Now the Sharks have to get organized here in their own end, as Paul Cruz tried to center it for Sullivan, but Whitney sends it up to center ice. He wanted Makarov, who was hanging around the neutral zone.
Looking for Flames maybe over-attacking and getting a break, standing at that red line.
Puck lifted on the backhand, out of play, and the faceoff will stay in the Shark zone with about 2 minutes and 44 seconds gone here in the third period. Sharks out in front 3-2. There's Sean Cronin back out on the ice. He served that 5-minute major penalty almost to the end of the second period after the fight with Sandy McCarthy.
Well, the Flames in the third period in game one had 14 shots on goal, so you know they got a pretty good talking to here at the intermission by their coach Dave King, and each and every one of them knows they can't go to San Jose down 2-0. It was disastrous for them.
Here's Fleury, and that's partially blocked. Comes to Kevin Miller. Miller ahead to Oakdahl, and he waits on it, gives back to Miller. Miller now ahead for Friesen. He almost brought that in. He'd have been in alone on Kidd. The Kid tied up with Fleury, and the puck comes to the point. Held in by Jason Moore. Now Miller to the front of the net. Here's Friesen after it, and the Flames send it out. Herbe will have to make a play on this. And a nice job playing it right up the middle.
Yeah, he iced it.
All the way down, touched by Yanni. This will come back down into Herbe's neighborhood for a faceoff. With 17:32 left here in the third.
And Kevin Constantine making some quick changes out there, not letting these guys out there too long. We talked about how important Fleury is to the Calgary Flames, and right now he's only had 1 shot on goal through the first 2 periods of this game.
Had a couple of points on Sunday. 7th on the Flames playoff list in points and goals through 49 games, this being his 50th career playoff game. He was around for the Stanley Cup.
It's hard to believe he was an 8th-round pick in '87. He was the 166th player chosen.
Well, it isn't hard to imagine when you see his size, but it is now when you see his accomplishments as it comes back to the left side. And Falloon will clear it out to Janney. Chased by Kevin Dahl. He takes a look. Baker's down deep. Puck rolls around to Paul Cruz. Janney works it up for Baker. Baker now has Ozolinsh up front with him. And Jamie lets it just slide down low off his stick. Dahl loses his edge. Janney was there. Now Janney comes up with it. Stick held for a moment. Comes right back to Janney. Here's Falloon. Tees it up. Hit the crossbar. You can hear that ring out all through southern Alberta.
Yeah. That was a great job of forechecking, though, by Craig Janney. Got in there real quick, and Sharks were able to get possession.
What a deafening ring of a shot by Pat Falloon as he blasted it off the pipe. Back come the Flames. German Titov at center ice with Sullivan. They crisscross. Larionov got in the way, broke up the play, and Igor has the puck. Wheels it around to Peterson on the boards. Now other side for Jason Moore. Moore just dumps it in. 3-2 Sharks lead. Here's Reichel. One-timer by Sullivan. Saved by Irbe. Rebound. Sullivan behind the net. Neutralized by Moore. And it's cleared back as Steve Chason has it for Calgary. He lets one rip. Broken stick behind Irbe. Puck out across the blue line. Friesen trying to bump it ahead. Did, but right to Zarli Zalewski. Zalewski's pass for Chason. He goes wide on Ozelins. Good job by Sanders to hold him up. And then Dahlin will whip it off the boards and clear it.
Just stayed with him, leaned on him, and just eliminated him from the play. Good.
Here is Fleury across the line. Fleury moving in. Into the net he goes along with Irbe, but the puck wide. And now the net is off as Paul Dvorsky is right there to blow the whistle. Sharks lead 3-2 on 36 KICU.
This is my dad's old railroad watch. He sure seemed to get a lot more time out of it than I do. You know, great weather.
Aaron Fleury getting a good scoring opportunity for the Calgary Flames. Tries to use his speed to the outside and comes bashing into Arturs Irbe and gives Irbe a little bit of a rub in the face. And here's that Janney with the puck to Falloon, who lets a wicked slap shot go. And there you see it. Catches that right crossbar and rolls out the other side.
Kid's lucky that didn't hit him and go back in the way it came off that crossbar, seeing it the second time from that very good angle behind the Calgary net. Flames with the puck now as Kesmer sends it ahead to Sheldon Kennedy, who has one of the two Calgary goals, but they haven't scored since the first period at 13:49, and that was a shorthander. Here's Baker. Jamie to the line. Nice move. Baker still with it. Tried to give to Ozelins. Just a little late.
Well, the Sharks are playing. Ozelins jumps into that play, become a forward, and who drops back and plays defense? Pat Falloon. That's smart hockey.
Here's Otto ahead to Fleury. Poke check by Rathje. And Mike will shovel it to an open man. German Titov intercepting. Now Makarov with Whitney. They're 2-on-3. Sergei moving wide to the left. Shot saved by Kidd. Oh, Whitney had a whack at the rebound but fanned on it. Now the Flames trying to quickly come back the other way. This will go all the way down though, and Peterson touches it for an icing call.
I'll tell you, Sergei Makarov, who got a goal the other night, you give him room and have those defensemen back in, they take advantage of it so great. And he comes in off the bench and jumps into that play and lets a pretty good shot go on net.
Makarov scored his first ever goal against Calgary in Game 1. Now has 9 playoff goals since joining the San Jose Sharks. He just didn't play well against Calgary until Sunday.
Takes the one shot and makes it work in Game 1 and really come on the last 6 weeks.
Boy, is he ever, and he picked a great time to do it. Here's Whitney, and he fans again. That time his stick was lifted, though. Titov now trying to drive it into the zone does. Out of the corner, a centering pass. Irbe, they score.
Kelly Kisiel on the seat of his pants puts it in. Puck is shot in, and you see Titov getting to that loose puck first, and there's Kisiel. He was brought down in front of the net as Titov just drives it in front of the net, and Peterson is all over Kisiel, who's going down on his back, but he just takes a swipe at it and got enough of it to go in. Kisiel there on your left, down, and there's the shot right through the legs of Arturs Irbe to tie this game at 3.
So the Flames even things up here and get some little momentum back for themselves. Jim Kite back on defense. Zalewski plays it around the boards. Here's Reichel. And Kissio, or check that, Chason had a great chance in front. Back come the Sharks. And Miller left the puck. Now the Flames throwing it up for Fleury. And this will be icing against Calgary, but the Flames jumping on the opportunity here to seize the momentum, and right now they clearly have it.
It certainly gave them a big lift.
Titov gets the only assist on Kissio's 4th career playoff goal, and his first of this series at 5:58.
Well, the net has come off its hinge here. That's what Herbe is slapping his stick on the ice for. So one of the linesmen will come down and put it down. They're just going to see that save coming in here, coming in from the point, taking the shot. And Herbe with the save as the defenseman Steve Chason jumped into that open ice and got a little bit of wood on it, but Herbe saw that one and makes the save.
Calgary with 6 shots on goal to only 1 for the Sharks here in this 3rd period.
Well, there's some improvisation of making use of those popcorn boxes,
Yeah.
I guess, huh?
Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
And there's the marsh peg, as it's called. Got to clean that hole out, get the peg back in there, and secure the net. Right now, it's not cooperating.
You know, there's probably some snow in there, so you've got to dig a hole so that rubberized pipe will fit in there. It looks like he's finally got it. Is he?
Yep. There it is, and we're set to go again as Gerard Gauthier did some fine work there, as Arthur Zerbe takes the moment to collect his thoughts as well. And
also, you know, this gives the Sharks a little bit of a rest here. As Flames scoring that goal, they're obviously uplifted by something like that, so you take 30 seconds or a minute here to, in the Sharks case, hopefully cool the Flames off a little bit.
you know, come to think of it, I wonder how that net came off.
I didn't see anything, did you?
Here's Housley. Held in by Rafchi. Now Janney trying to advance and couldn't. Ozolinsh will move to the puck as Paul Cruz chops it in. Mike Rafchi on the backhand, plays it up the wing, held in by Cruz. Nylander for Otto, and this will deflect off his stick to Craig Janney. Here's Ozolinsh with it to center ice. Sandus to the blue line. Ozolinsh still on the attack, finally tied up by Housley. Kesmer falls. Now he smothers the puck, and Dvorsky will give him the benefit of the doubt here and give a face-off in the Calgary zone. We'll be right back.
C300 at your Northern California Lexus dealer.
Welcome back to Calgary, where this Sharks game is brought to you by cold filtered Miller Genuine Draft, making the world a very cool place. Randy Hahn and Pete Stemkowski, those are some of the Flames fanatics here as Calgary's trying to get behind the Flames here. They need this win to even up this series and get back some semblance of order in their postseason lives. The Flames have struggled always in Game 1, but they've had a lot of success in Game 2 in the past. Another icing call, this one against the Sharks.
Tom Peterson, a strong game for the Sharks. 3 shots on goal in the 3rd period, and the anxious moments of being a NHL coach, and thoughts going through Kevin Constantine's mind as he looks down the bench and knows who's going well, and those are the kind of people that obviously will see more ice time down the stretch here in the 3rd period.
Ray Whitney out to take this face-off against German Titov. Sharks with the puck in front of the net. Larionov got his stick on it, but it didn't go toward the net. Here's Zali Zalapski, rubbed out by Jason Moore. Now Whitney behind the net. Puck at the side. Herbe covering it up as the Flames keep hammering away. Ronnie Stern was there to try and get it away from Herbe.
You notice who was on top of him was Igor Larionov, and Stern probably may have wanted to go with anybody else, but when he sees it's Igor Larionov, I think he's got that much respect for him. And then to see this hard hitting along the boards with Zalapski and Jason Moore, they get pinned up about 15-20 seconds. Look, they're just grabbing onto each other and push and shove. Referee right there, you notice some of the left of your screen, he let them get it out of their system and finally separated.
Still 6-1 here in the third period. Calgary out shooting the Sharks. 3-3 to score. Off the draw. Played to the line, but not out. Here's Housley with room and time. Walks in. Shot it high. Boy, Housley had the parting of the Red Seas happen in front of him.
The forward just couldn't get out there in time, and you're right. Housley had a clear path to the net almost.
Here's Kite. They'll just tap it back down the ice. Housley will reach this in time. Sharks changing on the go here with 11:47 left in the third period. Score tied at 3. Housley sends it in. Irbe slowed it down. Ozolinsh along the boards. It comes back out again. Kevin Miller will chase it. And Housley works it up for Theron Fleury. Fleury quickly to Robert Reichel. He ran into Dahlin. Puck drops down to Chiasson. Here's Fleury up the middle. Spun around. And a 3-on-1 for the Sharks. Here's Friesen. It's now a 2-on-1. Shot. Score! Ozolinsh! And it's 4-3.
Great transition by the San Jose Sharks. Friesen, Ozolinsh, but the guy who makes the play is Jeff Friesen. His big smile on Sandis Ozolinsh is he's able to beat Trevor Kidd as the Sharks are coming down. Here's Ozolinsh getting himself in position. Great pass right on the stick by Jeff Friesen, and Ozolinsh didn't give Kidd any opportunity to set up for this one. Here's Friesen coming down, coming down. As soon as he sees that defenseman commit, he just drops that pass over to Ozolinsh, and he slides it right along the ice past Trevor Kidd. Look at the shot right underneath Kidd, and to give the Sharks the 1-goal lead.
So the Sharks take back the lead. Still 11:05 left to go here, third period. 4-3 San Jose. And another icing call against the Sharks.
Second goal of the game for Sandis Ozolinsh.
Jeff Friesen gets the only assist on the goal at 8:42. And the Sharks keep on persevering here. They've come back from a 2-0 deficit to lead this game. Calgary wrestled the momentum back here a few minutes ago with the Kissio goal. But the Sharks get it back and the lead back.
Right now the difference, Sandis Ozolinsh, obviously. You notice that Fleury line I noticed on that play. They were out there an awful long time, and they were going for the net. Everybody got caught, and Sharks fortunately had some fresh people out there.
Now it's Robert Reichel. And a penalty coming up behind the plate is Sergei Makarov for interfering with Sheldon Kennedy, and the Flames will get a power play.
And Sergei knew it. Coming back to back check, and instead of just getting beside that guy and staying with him, he just wrapped his arms around them and threw him down to the ice. Makarov was going to sit for 2 minutes.
Sharks have now lit up Trevor Kidd for 9 goals in these 2 games. They will now be defending this Calgary power play that's 0 for 3 so far.
Jamie Baker on this important face-off as Kevin Miller having some words with Gerard Gauthier, the linesman. The Ozolinsh and Rafchi, the 2 defensemen here on the penalty kill.
Baker stands in on the face-off. This is a big penalty kill here for the Sharks. They lead it 4-3. And here's Theron Fleury. Over to Housley. Couldn't control it. Now shovels it to the corner. Rafchi sends it up to Miller. And Miller will just dump it down the ice. Baker will chase. Golapski back there. Baker got a piece of him. Housley will work it out and across for Fleury. Fleury trying to go around Rafchi. Played it ahead. Held in by Housley. Saved by Irving. No rebound.
Boy, Phil Housley gets a pretty good shot on that one, but boy, one thing the Sharks are doing is they're giving Irbe a chance to see those shots coming in from the point, and they're not going to score too many goals when that goalkeeper has full sight of that. And Herbe very sharp, seen that puck very well. And Housley, who I mentioned 35 assists on the season, and you see what he did in the 1995 playoffs. He's a dangerous man out there. Right now, Freese is going to take this important draw.
And it's won by the Flames. Here's Housley to Reichel. Kelly Kissio parked in front of the net, tips this one, gets back up again. Kissio back to Housley, now to Zalapski. He'll send it back to Phil Housley. Wrist shot in the glove. And Herbe will hold it again. And there's 1:15 left in the power play.
So what a good job that Jason Moore and Jim Kite are doing, are boxing out people in front of the net. Reichel's there, Kissio and Fleury. Not three big forwards for the Calgary Flames. So these two big defensemen are well over 200 pounds. They're just pushing these guys out of the way. And, you know, the defensemen are shooting the puck on the net, but there's no Flames in front for deflections or any loose pucks.
This time Baker against Fleury with 10:01 left in the third period. If the Sharks can hang on and win this, they'll take a 2-0 lead back to San Jose. Reichel. Now Housley tees it up. That one's blocked. Baker can't quite clear it out, though. Housley dishing back to Reichel. Drives the net with it, but the Sharks will get to it. And Kevin Miller again just sends it down, and now there's 45 left in the penalty to Sergei Makarov. Housley out there for the whole power play so far. Up to Kennedy. He's run into by Moore. Kite holding it down low. Now getting his skate on it. Trying to deaden the play. Kennedy gets it loose. Out to Zalapski. Shot blocked by Herbe. Sharks trying to get it out here. Tansel does the job.
15 seconds left in the Makarov penalty.
Nylander for Calgary. One last rush here on the power play. He'll lift one wide. Herbe got a piece of it. Moore and Kennedy go into the corner to continue their battle, which really got serious in game one. And it's cleared down, and that'll do it as Makarov steps on. And the Sharks kill a fourth straight Calgary power play.
A couple of shots on goal, but none of them dangerous. All far out, and Herbe saw them.
Flames now 1 for 11 on the power play in this series. Kesmer back for Calgary. Makarov staying on the ice after his rest. Rathje, nice move to get it away from Cruz. And now Kesmer sends it right back in. 8:10 left to go in the third period. And the Sharks with a 4-3 lead over the Calgary Flames here in game two. Rathje sends it ahead. Whitney looking for it to drop for him. Almost did. Kesmer steers it over to Zalapski. He's met by Friesen at center ice. Flips it in. Now Joel Otto moves to the puck. Miller has him tied up as they go to the boards. Ozolin's playing it up and over the glass. And that'll stop the clock with 7:44 left in the third period. Sharks leading by 1.
Do you show mechanical?
Back at the Olympic Saddle Dome, where this Sharks game is brought to you by the American Express card. Don't leave home without it. Randy Ott along with Pete Stemkowski, as we hope you're enjoying game 2 of this Western Conference quarterfinal series. Sharks leading 4-3. Loose puck in the Shark zone, and now Craig Janney with it. He'll just take it across center ice and get rid of it. 16,389 in attendance tonight, or at least that's the attendance given of tickets sold here at the Saddle Dome.
A few more than in game 1, but nowhere near capacity.
Here's Janney now with Ozolin. Sandis shot. Saved by Kidd. Rebound. Oh, quick whistle by Paul Dvorsky. That puck dropped right out of Trevor Kidd's gear under the crease, but Dvorsky couldn't see it, so rightfully had to blow the whistle.
Yeah, pretty good wood on that one by Sandis Ozolin. Kidd stopped it, and the puck did drop by, down by his feet, but the referee Paul Dvorsky lost sight of it. And what he's supposed to do if he doesn't know where it is, blow the whistle, and That faceoff will stay deep inside the Flame zone. Let's see the shot. Here's Ozelins with the shot. Here's Kidd with the save, and he's juggling it. See, there it is right there. And I don't know, just kicked into the corner there. And I guess Dvorsky thought that Kidd held on to it long enough to get the whistle.
I think when that Flames defenseman came racing across, it might have screened his view just a little bit and felt it was still in Kidd's glove. Clearly it wasn't.
He also thought one goal went in this hockey game that didn't.
Happens in the best of families, I guess. Here's Housley. Nylander trying to stick handle his way through the crowd. Couldn't. Peterson clears it out, not very far, but Housley had to wait for the zone to clear before he slaps it in. 6:44 and counting left in this third period. And the Sharks are going to get called for icing here as they were a little indecisive in getting the puck out of their own end. I want to remind you about the great playoff street party coming up on Thursday beginning at 5:30 in the afternoon. KSJO Radio will be your host. It goes until 7:15 outside San Jose Arena on Autumn Street right before the big third game of the series. Going to have a huge barbecue set up with dogs, burgers, ribs, live music, prizes. Funny game starting to sound like Pharrell. KSJO 92.3 FM putting it all on. Going to be a great bash.
You're hot. Who's out there to take the face-off? And I got a feeling he's going to be taking a lot of them in the Shark zone. If that happens the rest of the way is Jamie Baker.
6-6 now. The shots have evened right up. The Sharks have the last 5 straight shots on goal. And that includes defending against the Calgary power play, which did not generate a shot. And that's out of play.
Right now it's Igor Larionov, Sergei Makarov, and Jamie Baker, the line out there for San Jose. One of the goal scorers. Titoff for the Flames.
German Titoff from Moscow.
Playing with Stern and Sullivan.
And he and Baker a little premature in going after the puck.
Actually, Sheldon Kennedy is out there now, and
there's Joe Nieuwendyk. He misses the second straight game of the series here tonight with a lower back injury that is still somewhat of a mystery to him and the medical experts that he's consulted so far. He skated today, but just couldn't go tonight.
Well, can't go hard. As soon as he goes hard, he feels pain.
Here's a steal by Whitney, and the move, and he almost got around Housley. Here's Whitney again in front. It just got off his forehand. But Ray Whitney causing some problems in the Calgary zone. Ronnie Stearns out there without a helmet for the Flames. He picks up Whitney in the offensive zone as Ray is doing some excellent forechecking for the Sharks here and killing precious time for Calgary. Here's Kennedy, goes around Falloon, but the Flames are offside. And Stern and Baker tie up, and I think it was Stern who went across the blue line prematurely.
Here you see the helmet of Ronnie Stern on the ice. What happened there is Stern was straddling the blue line, and Jamie Baker just stayed with him and gave him a little bit of a push at the blue line, and that carried him across the line, and then the puck carrier come over, and that was the reason for the offside.
Ronnie Stern, he's a tough customer, isn't he? From Saint Agathe, Quebec. Now in his 7th NHL season. As Kevin Constantine watches on, his Sharks hopefully poised for a 2-0 lead in this series with 5:47 left.
Baker, Falloon, and Craig Janney out there. Has Baker gone off the ice the last 3 or 4 minutes?
The last 2 games. Zalapski. Now Kissio firing it in. Herbe will settle this. And he waited just perfectly as Zalapski was unable to get to that. Rathje reaches out, pokes it ahead, and the Sharks have cleared it once more. Here's Rathje, pressured by Kissio, plays it up the boards. Falloon got a touch of it. Flames send it back in. Here's Kissio, takes a look. And he gave it right to Rathje. And Mike will just dump it up the ice. No icing here as Chason easily able to reach it. Cruz unable to control. Here's Falloon and Friesen. If they can get connected, they do. Here's Friesen. And just out of the reach of Pat Falloon. That was a tough pass for Friesen. Housley was all over him. Here come the Sharks again. Friesen from center ice has to pick up Reichel, and the Flames go offside as Lushko was stranded in the zone. 4:46 left in the third. We'll be right back.
The rewards of you.
That is the situation. The Sharks with the lead on the road here in Calgary. And we're down under 5 minutes left in the third period. Sandis Ozolinsh, the star so far, with 2 goals for the Sharks. Here's Jeff Friesen trying to clear it out. Can't. Fleury with it. Dumped it toward the net. And Jason Moore brought it down and sent it up the ice. Behind the play, Fleury was knocked down, but Paul Dvorsky said, And Housley, a long pass. Penalty away from the play. Jeff Friesen got a stick up in the face. Reichel. Robert Reichel and he were jostling, and Reichel's going off.
Yeah. He just kind of pitchforked Jeff Friesen on that play as he was trying to get in after that loose puck, and Friesen was in his way, and Reichel just turned around as he was heading and just got him in the face with his stick, and this Reichel's going to go to the penalty.
And the face-off will come all the way down because it was an icing call as well.
Yeah, that's in a dangerous area right there, about a half-inch below his eye. That tip of the stick got. And right now, Ulf Dahlin is questioning the referee, Paul Dvorsky. Obviously would like a major penalty on that. I mean, there's the stick in the face, and there's blood coming from underneath the eye of Jeff Friesen, but the call stays just a high sticking penalty to Reichel here late in the third period. There's Reichel sitting in the penalty box for the Calgary Flames, and here's how it happened. Look at the lower right. Yeah, here you go. Here's where they're getting tangled up as that puck was dumped in, and I think that was just the after of what had happened earlier. And ice pack goes on, and I'm sure a shiner will be there in the morning for Jeff Friesen.
It'll be a lot easier to stomach if the Sharks win. Peterson a big shot, but Kidd with the save. Sharks can't hold it in, but they have control. Fourth power play try for the Sharks, who are 1 for 3. They are 2 for 8 in the series. A far better percentage than all year long.
This is a situation would be nice if the Sharks got an insurance goal, but they still got to keep an eye on things here because obviously the Flames are going to look for a short-handed situation. They need one.
Larionov turning away from Titov. That's the time left in regulation. Sharks can't afford to get careless here with the power play. So far, they're unable to get across the blue line. Now they are out. It's Whitney with Larionov to center ice. Ray will play it across the blue line. Kidd settles it for Kevin Dahl, and he'll send it down the ice. Urbe quickly plays it back up to Whitney, trying to catch Calgary on a change here. Rafchi drags it across the line. Now to Dahlin. Ulf behind the net with time and room. The wrap try, and Kidd made a save. Dahlin had a glorious chance there on the wraparound. He wasn't contested. He was allowed to skate out.
He threw it around, Randy, and Craig Janney was right over there, and he got a swipe at it, and we're down to 2:50 left here in regulation.
30 seconds left in the Sharks power play. Here's Joel Otto up to Fleury. He's got Zalapsky trailing. Fleury shot, and he went for the far side. Otto plays it back up to the line, but the Sharks catch Calgary offside, and they'll bring it out into the neutral zone. 18 seconds left in the power play. 2:36 left in the third period.
You're going to put the 2 defensemen out there now with only 18 seconds left here in the power play. Baker and Falloon. It'll be Ozolinsh and Jim Kite. Janney also out there, and you see what Kevin Constantine's done in the playoff series. Put Janney on the wing, and over on the Calgary side, Guy Chiron and Dave King looking for some last-minute strategy.
Baker set to face off against Michael Nylander. That's the time remaining in both the power play and the third period. And the draw comes deep into the Sharks' end. Sandis Ozolinsh taking a look, and he got run by Sheldon Kennedy, but just sidestepped the check. Kennedy was headhunting there. Puck comes loose to Ozolic. Plays it up the left wing. Falloon will give chase. He'll get to it. Pat Falloon from behind the net. Leaves it for Janney. Kesmer picked him up. Penalty is over. And the Flames are back at even strength as Nylander comes across center. He'll flip it into the corner. At the front of the net, a shot by Kennedy. He hit the post on the rebound. Another try. Nylander winding up. Can't get a shot away. Puck loose and cleared by Pat Falloon. The Flames with a chance here to tie. They hit the post. Icing the call against the Sharks with 1:45 left.
Boy, Sheldon Kennedy was there, and I'll tell you, it was a great defensive play by Jamie Baker in front of Arturs Irbe, but we've had a couple of goalposts in this game so far, and no bigger one than right there for the San Jose Sharks as that post gets in the way and prevents the tying goal from going in. You're going to take a look at it here. Look at Baker in front of the net. He's going to go down a little bit. He may have just got a piece of that one, and on the follow through there's with Kennedy came in and drove it and kind of the side there, and that caught the goalpost flush. Must be saying to himself, I guess I just don't live right.
Kennedy did score the second goal of the game, a shorthander back at 13:49 that gave Calgary a 2-0 lead. But the Sharks battled back with 3 straight goals to take the lead. Kissio tied it earlier here in the third period, but Ozolic right now has the goal that could send the Sharks home with a 2-0 lead if they can hang on here with a little over a minute and a half left.
Well, that faceoff's going to stay deep inside the zone, and Trevor Kidd about halfway through, so he'll be coming to the bench very shortly.
Sheldon Kennedy has had some kind of an interesting playoff, hasn't he? Yesterday, the match penalty to have him ejected from the game. No suspension given by the NHL for the high stick on Jason Moore, and then a goal in the first period and the post hit here in the third. And it's only 2 games old. That's a whole series for some guys.
A lot has happened to him. Freeze it against Fleury on the draw.
Here is Zalapski. Kevin Miller picking him up, but Zalapski has one arm free. Directs the puck toward the net. Now teed off from behind the net. And the puck squirts over to the right side. Robert Reichel. Glove saved by Irbe, and he's going to hold that right there. Meantime, at the side of the crease, that's Jeff Friesen just leveling Theoren Fleury.
You're going to stand in front of the net, you got to pay the price. We talk about when the puck is at the points, you worry about those dangerous guys in and around, and there you see the cut under Jeff Friesen's eye that got on that high stick from Reichel, and there could be a situation here where Calgary will probably be pulling their goalkeeper with 1:22 left, and actually Kidd did come to the bench. Now he's heading back in, but
he's going to hang around the blue line here and just play it off the face-off, and I would expect a timeout. And Dave King, yes, now indicating a timeout for the Calgary Flames. So they want to rest some people, discuss the situation, and try and manufacture a tie to send this thing to overtime.
All this is a crash situation. You can't get fancy looking for some passes, and you get the puck, you shoot it towards the net, and you have all your people going towards it. And right now, Kevin Constantine and Wayne Thomas going over the board there of basically what to do. I think it's more of a zone defense in a situation like this when they pull their goalkeeper than it is a man-to-man situation.
I think it's worth noting here, Pete, that while the Sharks haven't won this game, Calgary has never come back from a 0-2 deficit to win a playoff series. So their season, to some extent, is on the line right here, perhaps, if they have to go on the road to play the next 2 down 0-2.
Well, it'll be Larionov, Makarov, and Jamie Baker. So far, Irbe has had 26 shots towards him, so Kevin Constantine has 2 center icemen on the ice for this draw.
Now here we go. Theoren Fleury and Jamie Baker standing in for this very important face-off. And Fleury gets the draw back to Housley. The wrist shot, it comes off the lively boards. Fleury banging away, but Irbe's got it. Fleury had a shot. Irbe thought it was in, but he was it was underneath him, and the Sharks pulled off Fleury for a few more seconds.
Well, first of all, they're losing these face-offs, and you know how important that is. And next, Phil Housley gets the puck. when he shot this one, he wasn't shooting it at the net. He was shooting it at the board so it would bounce off. He knows how lively these boards are. Look, good angle, shoots it, comes straight out in front. Look at Fleury, gets all of that one. And Herbe got it, then it jumped up in the air, and then all hell breaks loose, and everybody's in the middle of that one. Titov and Fleury, and another important draw right here.
And Fleury gets that one, and Reichel went top shelf and just missed. Here are the Flames again behind the net. Fleury has it knocked away by Kite. Now Kidd's out of the net. The Calgary net is empty as they get Kissio on as an extra skater. And the puck frozen behind Herbe with 1 minute and 1 second left.
Jamie Baker did the wise thing there. He just fell on that and took a couple of hits in the back and everything. Here's a situation when you got the puck, the Sharks, you just don't have time to do anything. And you got to ice it. You got to ice it. Sure, that faceoff's going to come back in your own zone, but at least that's going to kill some time. And I'm sure that right now Kevin Constantine is contemplating calling a timeout.
Dave King called Kelly Kissio over to talk things over with him. Now Kissio goes back, and timeout is called by the Sharks. Trevor Kidd over on the Flames bench.
Unless the Flames tie this one up, his work day is over.
Well, his chance to start might be over too, as the Flames may turn to Rick Tabarachi. It's hard to say, but right now Kidd is not going to figure in this game any longer unless the Flames are able to tie it. And there is Trevor Kidd, the playoff rookie, 21 years of age, 22 rather, and native of Dugald, Manitoba. 25 saves, but he's been lit up for 9 goals in 2 games by the Sharks.
Well, he's the rookie that the Flames decided to go with this year. He had a good regular season, 22 wins. He was second best in the league, tied with Eddie Balfour. Kenny Reagan of Pittsburgh was the leader amongst goalkeepers with wins with 25. And well, they're going to stay with Makarov and Larionov. Baker, Rathje, and Jason Moore will be the guys defending here with just a little over 1 minute to go in regulation.
The shot's very close. The Sharks with a 1-shot advantage. That's also their advantage in this game. A 1-goal lead as we're down to a minute 1. Again, the Flames win the faceoff, third straight. Zalapski has shot, that just missed. Rebound. And Titov couldn't get his backhand shot off. Here's Housley over to Zalapski. Shot tip. Rebound in front.
Calgary just able to get control of the puck off these face-offs, and just as we say, they shoot it towards the net, and there it slid right around, and it looks like Reichel's the one who's going to get credit for tying this thing up. And puck coming back to the point to Housley, and there's the one-timer by Zalapski, and the backhand shot right along the ice by Reichel, and it finds its mark. Shot Zalapski right there. Herbe is down, now the shot, and as Herbe's going down, that Reichel shot goes right between his legs, and 46 seconds to go. We've got ourselves a 4-4 hockey game.
Robert Reichel, maligned for not scoring in game 1, had a goal disallowed in the second period, ties the game at 19-13, an extra skater goal for the Calgary Flames. So stick around, everybody. If this thing is 4-4 in 46 seconds, we will take a break and play a full 20-minute sudden death overtime.
Play until somebody wins, but there's still enough time on the clock here for something to happen.
Ozelinch up along the boards, gave it away to Joe Otto. And Otto misfiring. Here's Dahlin with 33 to go. Up to Friesen at center ice. Now to Miller. Back to Friesen. And it's just poked into Trevor Kidd. Here's Friesen behind the net.